So today we're going to be performing a canine serologic ELISA test. So the test that we're going to do today is called a SNAP CPL, and this evaluates canine pancreatic lipase, and it basically tells us if the animal is experiencing pancreatitis. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing you want to make sure that you have your serum sample. So I do. You want to make sure that you've read your manufacturer's instructions all the way through. Many SNAP tests have very similar instructions, but everyone is actually a little bit different. So you just want to make sure you're really familiar with the instructions before you move on. You want to make sure you have your SNAP test according to the manufacturer's instructions. You want to make sure this is acclimated to room temperature for at least 30 minutes, which it is. So we'll go ahead and get started. I have my conjugate, mixing tube, and we have our timer here. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we open our test. And it actually comes with a little transfer pipette. So according to the manufacturer's instructions, we are going to take 3 drops of sample. So we're going to do 3 drops of serum. This test only takes serum. Okay, so we're just going to make sure we put it into our little sample container here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the test next calls for 4 drops of conjugate. So that's this little blue stuff right here. So we'll go ahead and we'll make sure we put in 4 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing you want to do is you want to gently invert it 4 to 5 times per the manufacturer's instructions, and this is just to kind of mix the sample. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And I'll show you what else we're going to do here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this entire contents into this little sample well. So this is a sample well. We're basically going to wait until this goes across the entire window here, and it goes into the little control well. And as soon as you see it into the control window, you want to immediately snap the test down right away, and then set your timer for 10 minutes. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. So we're going to dump our entire contents into our sample well here. And then we wait. So you never want to leave your SNAP test. You do want to, this does happen pretty quickly, so you want to make sure you're right there and ready to snap your test down. Snapping it down actually activates it to start it. Okay. And when you snap it down, you want to make sure you snap it all the way down with kind of the butt of your heel, and you want to make sure you're on a flat surface. So we'll go ahead and set the timer for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and press start. And then it takes 10 full minutes, and after that we can read the test. Okay, so now that 10 minutes has passed and our timer is up, we can go ahead and read our test. So I'll go ahead and show you what our test results show here. Okay, so this is an example of a negative test, and I'll tell you why. So this spot on the left here, the upper left corner, is called the reference spot. So that is a spot that's present before the test has begun. As long as this side is darker, if this side does develop a spot, it could potentially be positive, but only if the side, this is called the sample spot, only if this spot was darker than the reference spot would it be considered a positive. So you want to just double check your information here. Again, every SNAP test is just a little bit different. So I'm just going to make sure, compare my results, and that is indeed a negative test. The last thing I'll do is I'll have somebody else double check and then make sure my veterinarian also double checks as well. So now that we have done that, the very last thing we'll do is we'll record it in our patient's chart. So this patient's name is Grace. So I will write SNAP CPL negative. And again, just have somebody double check you, make sure that you're doing it correctly. And then you can go ahead and bring this result to your veterinarian and let them know.